A man who's earning knows I have to pay this, I have to pay this, I have to pay this.
The woman doesn't know.
Woman doesn't know. So, and the problem happens, which I fear and feel also, is women go aggressive when they get angry. Man is a provider. That's our society. Women is the nurturer. When you're not in a good relationship, you want to press the other person's weak point. Law only protects you with your basic. Law very clearly says financial protection unless and until you have become a destitute or going pushed into the region of being a destitute.
So, Bhavna, as a family court lawyer for over a decade, tell me, in your experience, how have women knowingly and consciously wronged men or used divorce to their advantage when they shouldn't have?
This happens also very often because again, like I said, that when you're not in a good relationship, you want to press the other person's weak point. Now, for a woman, the weak point usually becomes her emotion and her character and her children.
Okay.
And for the man, it's usually his pocket, his money.
Yes.
Right? So, a lot of men, I would say today, are ready to be good fathers. They are ready to look out. They are ready to provide for a wife who they are seeking a separation from. But I think women nudge that beyond a point. They want that extra to fulfill like an ego. Eventually, a separation between a husband and wife is an ego battle. Right? It's if the egos weren't there, things would just kind of have a proper settlement. So women do try to take that advantage through the legal recourse where, they'll pull, like I said, it's a prolonged litigation. So, or take the children away, not let the man meet the child, or not let the grandparents meet the children.
Oh, they use all of
They
this.
use all of this, which is not the nicest thing to do. But then it happens. That's the way, like I said, men use what they need to, women use what they need to. It becomes a strategy against each other. But eventually, children suffer. Your own age suffers.
Yeah.
You've given your span, and we are fighting someone who you've made memories with, you've had children with, you've gained a family.
So try and make it peaceful.
Amicable.
Yeah, amicable.
Settle it. You'll get sanity for each other. You'll be good parents if you couldn't be good husband, wife.
Give me bust some myths regarding divorce.
I'll give you the two myths which women come to our table and they want to go through this legal recourse. One is custody of a child. They think that because they are the nurturer and they've given birth and they are going to be the best bearer too. And of course, not to take that away, they are. But a man is no less. And today the law does see that. If a man is a good provider, a man is a good nurturer, a man can look after.
Oh, so it's not...
So you have to watch out. Like it's not, you have to... And women are there. Of course, women are doing what they can. But in this entire thing, it also becomes the financial providing for the child.
Okay.
Now, women also come with that myth that I have been used to a certain lifestyle. I'm going to get this. And you're not giving this to me, so I'm going to court and I'm going to get this out. Law only protects you with your basic. Law very clearly says financial protection unless and until you have become a destitute or going pushed into the region of being a destitute.
Oh my God.
So it is only sustenance that you will get from the court. You're not getting your lifestyle. You're not getting your business class tickets. You're not getting your London trips and you're not getting your Mercedes.
Wow. So the basics, like a decent
house,
roof.
a car driver, education for your children, kitchen running. If you're
But
used
car
to having
driver-
car driver to the choice.
Tata Nano भी हो सकता है।
हाँ, बिल्कुल हो सकता है. बिल्कुल हो सकता है. Or if you're used to living in a Prithvi Raj road, it can also be that you're giving in a GK2 का apartment. तो आप ये नहीं बोल सकते कि आप मुझे वो ही चाहिए.
So a roof is a roof. It could be... Oh my God, that's...
So it's a little scary. And that's the reason I make sure that whoever comes to me has complete truth and understanding that take this path where you really need to go on this path. And if you think it's a financial contract or it's a plan that you can kind of come to a negotiation and manage,
Do it.
do it. Don't go into yourself and family courts are really lengthy, prolonged, and expensive litigation.
Yeah. Like these kind of cases came to Bonobology quite a lot, that this woman caught her husband cheating, either a WhatsApp text or emails or some, hotel voucher. And then the husband kind of told her that, no, everything is good. It was all hunky dory between them and he's broken off. She deletes all the evidence. And then 3-4 years later, she finds herself in a divorce proceeding where she can't prove the infidelity. So, what do you have to say about that?
So, firstly, has it become normal between husband and wife after this third person episode?
Oh,
is something
gosh.
that the wife has to be a little smart about.
Oh my God.
And once the trust is cracked, are you sure you want to go back into the same zone and not protect yourself? Just to answer you very briefly, I'll just say please delete it to give him the sense of satisfaction. Delete it from your own self also if you're investing yourself in this relationship, but have a pen drive as a backup.
What does domestic violence mean?
Okay, domestic violence is emotional abuse,
Oh,
financial abuse, physical. All three inculcate together to become a mental abuse.
give me an example of each.
So, financial abuse, I'll give you. Man is a provider. That's our society. Women is the nurturer. Now, what has happened? And I will say that the women have created these demons for themselves.
Okay.
Women, because they have got financially independent, have started becoming the provider also at some given point in a relationship.
Correct.
And I sincerely go out to them to say, no, don't do it, because share the responsibility, but let the man be the provider. Very clear example to this will be the moment the man and the woman are separating, the woman will say, hey, you pay for the kitchen expense, why are you not paying? But bro, you told them like 6 years back,
I'll take care of it.
I'll take care of it. So why are you asking today?
Okay.
You created that distress for yourself, right?
Correct.
Financial abuse is where he is supposed to look after you in whatever financial capacity he has, give you a roof on the head, provide your basic sustenance, food, education for the children. Those are your financial distresses which the man pulls out.
Okay. Oh, and then so okay. What's emotional abuse?
Emotional is infidelity is the highest, that the man's attention's gone somewhere else,
Oh,
or the man is not paying the need, like the moral society requirement as a wife,
okay, got it.
probably leaving her behind, not taking her in for a party, or she's feeling neglected and rejected.
Yeah.
Those are the emotions that come
And
out.
then you said verbal abuse. No,
Verbal and physical is
same.
like,
and this amounts
so
to
it's not necessarily same, because somebody who's verbally abusing may not necessarily physically abuse. So verbal abuse is of course using all sorts of language.
so that's also domestic
That is
violence.
also domestic violence. Even to raise your voice to your wife is domestic violence. And when I don't mean raise your voice like on a normal husband-wife fighting, I mean genuinely like you're drunk and you're raising your voice, throwing a glass, just trying to intimidate her, to create the fear into her is abuse.
Wow. And all of this together is mental abuse.
Yes. And that is what is like factored into domestic violence.
Tell me, how can a woman who's not working still become financially independent in good, affluent families?
So, I'll just remind you of our first conversation that I had, and I said women need to empower themselves. And my first thing was empower yourself emotionally, right? Second thing, before you take a divorce, before you get into the intent of going into a divorce, empower yourself financially.
How do you do that?
You have to know your insurance. You have to know your husband is the one who's taking care.
Yes.
Right? You have to make yourself a participant to it. What happens in a couple conversation, and it's very normal, that a husband looks after the financials. If a wife tries to question her that, hey, what's our insurance, for example, what's our family insurance like? What do you have to do with it?
Exactly.
What do you need to know of it? No, bro, you need to know of it, because tomorrow you'll be in that OT and that woman will not know nothing.
Okay. So you know your insurance?
So you need to know where are your assets? What does the husband do? He creates a family asset pool, whether it's for to look after the children's education, college fund, school fund, retirement fund, medical fund. So as a couple, when you sit together, you have to speak about compartmentalization of your financial fund.
Okay.
Okay. Now he obviously doesn't want to tell you everything, which is fair. And I'm not saying go into that zone, but bring your lines. Tomorrow, when you go for a divorce, you come to a lawyer's table and say, I want this because I'm used to this. Fine. But do you know how the source was? Where that was coming
Oh,
from?
so that there is no
You don't
knowledge.
know.
Yeah.
You don't have logic to your own self to what you're asking. So if there is a compartment of luxury, there is a compartment of education, there is a compartment of insurance and medical, there is a compartment of your own parents that you have to look after.
Oh, really?
Yes. Because a husband has the liability of looking after his own parents as well. So the fund has to come
Yeah.
from all this,
Correct.
right? But he's doing it. It's not that he's stupid. A man who's earning knows I have to pay this, I have to pay this, I have to pay this.
But the woman doesn't know.
Women
The
doesn't
yeah,
know.
so
So, and the problem happens, which I fear and feel also, is women go aggressive when they get angry. When everything is normal and everything is good, when your husband's being a companion to you and when the husband's talking to you, why at that point aren't you addressing these questions? He will tell you because he is going to have that trust in you.
So get invested and understand and ask
Understand your own
questions.
families. Understand it's your own family. It's for your own family's own. God forbid tomorrow something happens to your husband. Get a grip of yourself. Don't be like, oh, I don't know what happened. And COVID hit everyone, every family. Whether it was someone in the 40s, 30s, 20s, senior citizens. That was the time. Wills became a mandate where people were thinking, will ki kya zarurat hai?
Yeah.
Will became a mandate that so that people are not left behind in a lurch that what do I do?
Great. I got it. So ask questions.
Ask questions and ask questions at the good time. Don't come and try to then nudge a wrong
Yes.
elbow.
So when things are good, know your shit.
Then you'll be in a better place. You probably will not think of going in another zone or looking at another thing or trying to see separation because you yourself will create security for yourself.
Thank you.